Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that redefined what we thought was possible in the world of gaming. Now, this isn't just a beautifully crafted story or a meticulously designed open world, it's an experience. It honestly felt like a movie from the moment I picked up the controller. It's an experience that holds the emotional weight of a novel, the cinematic quality of a film, and the depth of a living, breathing world. In my last video, I spoke about the Elder Scrolls and how Skyrim, in my opinion, changed the landscape. Then a few years later, along came Red Dead 2, and for me pushed the boundaries even more, and it left me with one question. Can it be considered the greatest game of all time? Let's talk about world building. Rockstar didn't just give us a map, they created an ecosystem that's as dynamic as it is immersive. Think about it, every valley, every dusty trail, every roaring river feels like it's been there for centuries. The landscapes in Red Dead 2 are alive, something I didn't experience much in GTA, for example. In this game, everything around you served a purpose. Buildings served a purpose. Whereas in GTA 5, it was a great map and all, but I didn't feel like the world was alive as much. Now, as I'm playing it, I feel the world of Red Dead 2 is constantly evolving around me. You'll see like birds of prey hunting, animals migrating, and NPCs with their own schedules and routines. Even the weather isn't just a visual effect. Thunderstorms, snowfalls, and fog all add to the world's immersive feel. It's a place where you're not just a player, but part of something far bigger. And it isn't just about visuals or technical prowess, it's about immersion, as I've said. NPCs remember your past actions, townsfolk react to how you look, animals respond to your presence. It genuinely creates the sense that this world goes on whether you're there to witness it or not. So for me, when I play open world games, I really want to feel the game. And I personally felt that Red Dead 2 absolutely nailed it. Like for example, if I'm away from the controller, or if I'm not playing the PlayStation, because I played it on PS5 and I played the remake again, absolutely loved it when it was available in the PlayStation Store. And when I was away from it, I just felt like the game was continuing on without me, and I would just hop back in. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Now, at the heart of Red Dead Redemption 2 is Arthur Morgan. Now, Rockstar didn't just give us another tough one-dimensional outlaw. Arthur's layered, complicated, and above all, human. He's a man who's made mistakes, a man with regrets, but also a man with a deep sense of loyalty and a moral code that's all his own. Now, this game actually goes beyond telling you Arthur's story. It lets you shape his story. The choices you make impact his journey, from small acts of kindness to life-altering decisions, and these choices give insight into who Arthur truly is. Whether he's a hardened criminal or like a man seeking redemption, you're actually playing a role in defining his legacy. And his journey is intentionally personal, marked by moments of raw vulnerability and brutal honesty. He's not after glory. He's searching for meaning in a life that's slipping through his fingers. And with Red Dead 2, it isn't just about, seeing the world through his eyes. It's about feeling the world through his heart almost. Yep, I know, corny. Yes, I heard it. But as I said, this game was for me like a movie, and I genuinely felt moved playing it. Yep, I have no life. You can sue me. Now, while Arthur's story is central, it's also intricately woven into the broader narrative of the Linde gang. I could do a whole different video on their origins in this story altogether, but this gang isn't just a backdrop, it's a family of outlaws, dreamers and outcasts clinging to an idea that's slipping away. Dutch van der Linde, the gang's leader, starts as a charismatic visionary, but as the story unfolds, spoilers, we see cracks in his ideals and we watch his tragic descent into madness. Now, the characters in this gang are all complex and flawed, each with unique personality, backstory, and role in the group's fate. For example, Sadie Adler, who transforms from a grieving widow to a fearsome outlaw. John Marston, the man with a past and a family he's struggling to protect. And Charles Smith, the quiet, kind of honorable warrior. Each gang member adds to the story's depth, creating a narrative that feels more like an ensemble cast, more than like a one-man show. Now, this isn't just a video game story, as I've said. It's an exploration of loyalty, betrayal, and the cost of dreams. You watch the gang fall apart, not just because of external pressures, but because of human flaws, pride, greed, and, consequences of some bad decisions. It's a narrative that's as tragic as it is compelling. Now let's dig into the gameplay, the fun stuff. Now, admittedly, prior to this and even the Elder Scrolls, I didn't pay too much attention to story. I used to just jump straight into the gameplay. That's the first thing I looked at. Now, although Red Dead's story is just absolutely unreal, the gameplay was still important. And for me, it still continues to raise the bar. This isn't just another action-adventure game. Rockstar has designed a gameplay system that feels like an extension of the story, grounding you almost in Arthur's experience. The combat's visceral, the dead eye mechanic, for example, lets you slow down time, aiming with precision and strategy. And being a Hitman fan, I absolutely love this. This isn't just a shooting gallery, it's almost like a test of skill and reflex, with each shot carrying weight and consequence. It was developed by Rockstar after all, so GTA users will already feel at home with the button layouts and mechanics. But it's not all about gunplay. For example, the bond you form with your horse isn't just cosmetic, it's a relationship. You name your horse, you care for it, and as your bond strengthens, so does its performance. Lose your horse, and it's a real loss. And let's not forget the camp system where you contribute food, supplies, and even have conversations that reveal more about the people you're riding with. These features, as I've said, make every interaction feel meaningful, grounding you into the day-to-day of an outlaw, and it just brought the world to life, which is absolutely fantastic. This is one of my favourite features of Red Dead 2, in my opinion, in that every action, everything that you do has meaning, it has purpose. So in my opinion, no stone was left unturned with this game. The visuals in Red Dead 2 are nothing short of art. From the forests and rivers to towns and dusty roads, every detail is meticulously crafted to create a world that's as visually rich as it is vast. Snow crunches underfoot, water ripples as you wade through it, and every blade of grass feels deliberately placed. Again, I appreciate Skyrim was a few years before this, but the amount of detail that went into this game was not present back then, and I think they really took it up a level. And then there's the soundtrack. The music isn't just kind of like background noise. I still listen to YouTube uploads of Red Dead 2 of Arthur just playing the guitar in the background, and I can get lost in it. It's a character in itself, shaping the mood of every scene. Moments like the Unshaken ride back to the camp hit so hard because the music feels like it's part of Arthur's story almost. It's one of those unforgettable sequences that speaks to the power of music in storytelling. So the sound design is equally impeccable, from the distant howl of a wolf to the thunder of approaching storms. Every sound serves to ground you in the world. It's not just about creating ambience, it's about making you feel like you're truly there. Breathing the air, hearing every leaf rustle and living in the moment. Yeah, I know, I have no life, but I loved it. Technically, Red Dead 2 is groundbreaking. Rockstar's attention to detail goes way beyond what we typically see in gaming. Every animation, every subtle facial expression, every shift in posture is designed to pull you deeper into the experience. The game isn't just about pushing graphics, it's about pushing realism. And that for me is very important because I hadn't played a game like that before. The physics, the animations, even how characters interact with their environment give it like an authenticity that's rarely achieved. And it's a game that feels alive in every frame. And I know the PlayStation 5 has released some great games, but unless I'm living under a rock, I've yet to experience another game like this to date, which is why I still go back and play this from time to time. The legacy of Red Dead 2 is already evident. Its influence can be seen in how games approach storytelling, character depth, and world building. Rockstar honestly set a standard that continues to push the industry forward. In my humble opinion, I found the storyline and replayability to be a lot more gripping than GTA 5, and that for me is saying something. And as I said, it's not just a game, it's a masterpiece. It's an experience that lingers with you, challenges you, makes you reflect on what truly matters. And, this video can't really go on long enough. I could make a full 60-minute video on this, breaking everything down. But, this is just a glimpse into the game. And it's why Red Dead Redemption 2 deserves to be remembered as the greatest game of all time, in my opinion. Yes, gaming culture is unique. Yes, we all have our opinions. That's what makes it so unique and diverse. So, over to you. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree with me or not, whether there are some observations that I have missed. I surely must have. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this little breakdown, and I can't wait to chat with you all in the next video. Please do not come at me in the comments if you disagree with me. Be nice. Speak soon.